First off, I'd like to say that I own nothing and I don't make a cent from this. My channel's not monetized. It never will be monetized. I don't get super chats. I don't have merchandise. I have never made a cent from this channel. I never will. I like Let's Plays. I like doing karaoke. I like art and music. I like just reading books or talking about whatever. I'm very inconsistent about anything I do. I just do whatever I feel like from day to day on the channel. I'll have stuff in the description. There's lots of stuff throughout my channel that's a reference to something else in many ways. This one, it's kind of straightforward. One, I feel this picture is very reminiscent of the feelings of the song Unravel, as well as, Tokyo Ghoul itself, even though the original artists and the original song this is used as a backdrop for will be in the description below. I'm also trying to make reference to not only the fact that, one, I think this picture is awesome. Go support not only the person who drew this, even though I have no idea who that is, because I'm not going to, make a habit of trying to annoy people. Because I feel like this artist would probably be a bit annoyed. I'm like, hi, and then I would just start bothering them. They're like, hey, you want me to draw something for you? No, I wanted to say that picture looks cool, and I like your art style, and it's like, it would sound really lame. But artists, if you are watching this, I just wanted to say the picture is really cool. But yeah, there's links and stuff below, as well as the original song. I think it was like 6 years ago, the song. It's basically a song not only about, like I said, Unravel. It's a good song, as I'm not going to be doing an actual proper cover of it in this video, because I'm just going to try to pronounce like the first minute of the song, even though you guys have already waited after 3 minutes of me just rambling on. Just trying to say I enjoy doing karaoke, even though I'm not a great singer. I'm not good at singing. I joke that my voice is like epilepsy for your ears, and that you'll probably start bleeding from your ears listening to me, and that's very cringy. But I enjoy singing, and I feel that any sort of cover of this song would require a bit of practice to where I should be able to try to keep pace with the rhythm of the song. But I am not, nearly good enough for that. So I'm just going to halfway try to pronounce the stuff freestyle, where I try to remember the pacing of it, but it's definitely not going to be a proper cover. That's going to require a bit more practice. I do want to try to eventually learn languages, like German, Japanese, Hebrew, and French. There are 2 songs by the German band Ice Pressure I do want to do. I'll put links to those songs. One's like their official audio, and the other is like a Azure Lane AMV. It's an animated music video. It's like people that do edited stuff with anime. I think that's pretty cool. The song that was originally used with this picture that I'm linking to is one that I would probably never be able to sing, just because even though it's in English, I feel like the pacing of it is something it's not overly quick. It's just kind of like, it's kind of like some of the Mesmerize album of System of a Down. Some of the words are kind of staccatoed, if you know what I mean, where it's an odd rhythm, and I'm like, I'm not sure it'd be impossible for me to do that, though I do wanted to reference not only how I feel both that song and Unravel, as well as this art kind of fits in with Tokyo Ghoul. I don't know if the person who originally posted the song, or the original artist of the song, let's say author, or even the person who drew this picture are familiar with Tokyo Ghoul or any of that stuff, or they're fans of Tokyo Ghoul or not. Obviously, the point of the song that's linked is, well, like I said, people having emotional reservations about being openly bisexual or gay or whatever, and concerns about parents being very close-minded or possibly very negatively interacting with that. Granted, I'm 38, so I think I'd be less concerned about it, but no. Like I said, most of all, I love my mom very, very much, so I would want her to be proud of me and to just still love me and not hate me or, be disgusted with me or disappointed. So obviously there's a bit of worry on that. Also, a bit of a concern with my dad. It's kind of funny. I'm a bisexual guy who is 100% pro-Trump. And he is a deacon who is anti-gay and thinks Trump is the Antichrist. Not saying that to try to be disrespectful to him, more so just saying I am a bit concerned about how I mention things and what people's reactions would be. So with him, it's more so a concern about how negative that reaction would be or what would be said or done. I honestly have a lot of very paranoid thoughts about all of that. So definitely something I'm a bit anxious about. But then again, I'm also kind of not in a rush to be openly anything because I'm still kind of emotionally screwed up from a lot of things. So I'm not really in a hurry to date anyone. And honestly, I could probably give, and people are like, why are you gay? And I'm like, I could give you 100 reasons, so I would say it's more bisexual. Heck, I would say most of my life I consider myself 100% heterosexual. I'd say it wasn't until about 3 years after my divorce that I even first heard about Astolfo. I think that's like when Astolfo first started being introduced into America. So, I'll say this, Astolfo from Fade as well as Sylvia from Konosuba, basically Femboys, Futanari, Bishonen, definitely makes you think about stuff. Plus, I would say older animes that I enjoyed but didn't really think too much on in terms of that subject, even though at that time I thought it was hot. Bible Black, which has a really great OST. It's an amazing soundtrack. I'll have to try to get a separate notebook over here so I can write down the notes of all these things I want to try to link. Okay, so link 1 will be the original song that it's from on YouTube in terms of this picture, as well as I think he had the link below that of the picture artist. Then we have the 2 songs, Ice Pressure, one's an AMV, and then 5th I wanted to struggling to remember what the other thing is. Everyone's like, you should get a writing utensil. I'm like, I probably should. I already forgot. What the 5th thing I wanted to link was. Me too. Ow. I'm trying to reach for. Okay. So. And, okay, Ice Pressure. I feel like I have to sneeze. Sorry, I had to sneeze. What was the 5th thing? There was a 5th thing I was going to link, but I already don't remember what it was. I don't remember. If anyone reminds me in the comments what it was I was going to be saying, because I think I said something, at least if you were listening, you should know what I was going to say, but I don't remember what it was. But if you remind me in the comments, I'll send a link to whatever it was I was going to say I was going to send a link to. I don't remember. Oh, I also probably should have a link to... I did the first couple lines of this in part of a Let's Play of a visual novel that I think is really good. So, I'll put that there. But yeah, so we have our first, second, third, fourth, and sixth links. Technically, the fifth link will be whatever it is I was going to say that I can't remember. So you guys have to remind me in the comments. Or I could listen to this video myself, and we're like 10 minutes in, so maybe a minute before this, like 9 minutes in. That's probably when I said it. So I'll have to listen to this myself, and I'll probably make a comment and put that link to whatever it is I was talking about, but I don't remember. But yeah, I love my mom very much. All in all, like I said, she has her issues, but I, love her and accept her with all who she is. I wouldn't trade her for any other mom in the world. I love my mom very, very, very much. And something about Astolfo. I don't know. I think that was a different conversation. Everyone's like, what are we talking about? I was trying to remember what that link was. Sorry, I got distracted by trying to remember something while having a conversation with myself. Everyone's like, what the fuck? I don't know. I'm just saying. There was I'm confused. But what was the thing I was going to link? I don't remember. Yeah. I don't remember. I will eventually do a air quotes proper cover of this song, but I feel like it would require a lot of practice for me not only get better pronunciations, but also, timing of this. So I feel like I should get good enough at it to actually sing it in time with the actual song, possibly even playing in the background. I don't know. But yeah, I wanted to use this picture not only to state that it's very similar in feel to what I think, not only how Tokyo Ghoul is and this other song is, but also kind of how I feel some days. And also just in general that a bit, worried and concerned about being open about that kind of stuff. I mean, like I said, I'm not really in a rush. I mean, I'm kind of already kind of isolated. I've been alone for a long time. I mean, in general, I'm kind of worried about, dating anybody in general. Heck, I'd say, I probably have 100 reasons to be gay. One of which being I like cock and balls, and I think Stolfo's cute, and I think Sylvia from Konosuba's cute. So, Bible Black, that's what it was. I don't need to go re-listen to it. The Bible Black OST. All I had to do was think about Futanari cock. That's all we needed. Okay, I remember. I don't need to go re-listen to my own video to remember what I was talking about. I was talking about the amazing soundtrack that is to... I also want to include Mega Man Legends. That's a really cool soundtrack. And everyone's like, what are these things you're linking? I just think it's cool and I want to share it. Mega Man Legends is... and Brave Fence Musashi. Everyone's like, you're up to 8 links. Stop. But I want more. Like, everyone's like, this is not what the video is about. I'm sorry. Okay, well, I'll try to not have any more ideas. But I'm just saying, Mega Man Legends, really great game. I still want a Mega Man Legends 3. Great soundtrack, by the way. I still want a Brave Fensu Musashi 3. Heck, there's no reason why we can't have a Mega Man... It's got a great soundtrack. There's no reason why I can't have a Mega Man Legends for, PS5 that's got, Elden Ring level graphics. But yeah, Bible Black's got really, really good soundtrack. That being said, it is technically, in air quotes, hentai, because there is sex scenes. There's also scenes where women grow, big cocks and fuck other women, which, did not consider that remotely gay back then, but that was really hot. Should have perhaps been a clue, but who knows. Then again, I would say this. Bisexual. I like cute anime characters. Okay? Take Evangelion. If I'm Shinji, I think Kaoru and Asuka are both hot. And part of me is thinking when it comes to Asuka, part of me was kind of thinking I wanted to rush through this song so I could start trying to practice the German songs. Because it's so much easier for me to try to pronounce the German songs. And everyone's like, we've heard you try to sing German. You do not pronounce it better. I'm like, yeah. Maybe I could go back to doing Mein Herr's Brent. I haven't done that in a while. And everyone's like, every couple months you make a video where you're like, hey, maybe I can go back to doing mine hair as Brent. I'm like, but I want to. Where's my phone? I need to look up the lyrics for that. Everyone's like, stay focused. I'm like, I can't. But anyway, yeah, Bible Black's got a great OST. It's a good anime. It's got an interesting story, though. Honestly, I would say the best thing about Bible Black is the music. The OST is great. I mean, granted, it's got great artwork, and no, I'm not talking about the sexual stuff there. I would say the number 2 good thing about that anime, like my top 3 best things about the Bible Black anime. Number 1, the amazing soundtrack. The music's awesome. So is the voice acting. And number 2, just the drawings. And not even in the sexual stuff. I mean, just in general, the animation and the actual drawing of the characters and the backgrounds. It's just very good, professional artwork that's very skilled, animators at work, showing you what is good that honestly, nowadays, I feel like many animation studios fall short of that line. And of course, 3, the lewd stuff, obviously. Number 3 is, yes, like, there's lots of very sexual scenes that are very hot. There's scenes of women with dicks fucking other women. That, yes, I would like the women with the cocks to fuck me. Yes, and suck their dicks and ride their dick. And everyone's like, what the fuck are we talking about? I don't know. I'm gay, I guess. Technically bisexual. Let's say this. I love boobies. And everyone's like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, every video I make somehow is more cringe than the rest. Like I said, I didn't even do my intro, but might as well do it. I was thinking I'd just do a quick minute of this, and the whole point of like skipping the intro sometimes is just to make it a more streamlined process. I want to not take forever. And everyone's like, we're past that point. Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator actively alienating everyone in both the analog and digital world. Well, welcome and good evening, you wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. And I have written 8 things down that I need to put links in the description. But at least I know what that one link that I forgot was. It was, the amazing soundtrack to the anime hentai Bible Black. Very good. Very good. Let me take a sip of my 7-Up. Ow. My back. I had to lean forward for that. But, you guys ever hear the guy Stephen Lynch? He made some really funny songs like a decade or 2 ago. He's dead, though. That sucks. But he wrote some really funny songs. Some would consider them in bad taste, but I thought they were funny. What were we talking about? I don't know. But main point is, heck, I would say most of my life I consider myself 100% straight. It wasn't until about 3 years after, my divorce that I started thinking, I might be bisexual. I might be just a little gay. And now I'm like, I'm very gay. And Grant, I can give you 100 reasons for it. Heck, maybe we can just go with the Alex Jones thing about them putting chemicals in the putting chemicals in the water, make the freaking frogs gay. If that's the case, okay. Even if it's stuff that's been put in the water that's turned us all gay, okay. Everyone's like, I'm not gay. I'm like, for a long time, I thought I wasn't. So, I would still say bisexual. Heck, though to some degree, my emotions are kind of dialed down in terms of just depression. So, maybe I just don't care because I equally just don't give a fuck anymore in terms of just attraction to anyone. Because some days I just go outside, I look at everyone of all genders, and I'm like, I feel nothing. So that might just be general depression and apathy there. I don't know. But then again, I'll say hentai of like Astolfo or Sylvia. I'm like, full mast. So, everyone's like that. Everyone's just so uncomfortable right now. If you're listening to this, well, I appreciate you're listening to this. Why? Why are you here? Why would you make yourself suffer like this? What do you have to gain in terms of any happiness listening to this? As my laptop gradually starts making some noise. Stop that. Stop making noise, laptop. But everyone's like, you said you were going to do the first minute of the Tokyo Ghoul song, and it's 20 minutes in. I'm like, I know. Just a main point I'm just trying to say is that part of me is like, I'm already so fucking old. I'm like 38. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, would it really matter if I'm just alone forever? Heck, at the large degree, I just want someone who loves, cares about me. That's, I think is cute. I mean, at the end of the day, it basically amounts to being, I'm bisexual, but I'm also much more weary about relationships with women. And it's like, I don't hate women. I don't, want anyone's rights or anything gone or something like that. It's just, in general, I want to be able to feel safe with whoever I'm with. And in general, I feel kind of traumatized by how bad my fucking marriage went. So, to a large degree, it kind of makes me feel like I wouldn't feel safe with, anyone with a vagina, to put it bluntly. But it's not like I hate anybody for that. It's more so just like I have no interest in trying to romantically or platonically pursue such a person for any kind of, intimacy or relationship. I'll still be friendly and kind to people, but I just don't have an interest in trying to date any women. Anyone with a vagina. But I would say definitely if I were to meet real life Astolfo or Sylvia out of Konosuba, that's Sylvia. She's a tall woman with big titties and a big dick and some big balls. Who's very pretty. Because I don't know if you guys seen Sylvia from Konosuba. Very hot. Would definitely. And yes, I mean that in terms of, her having a dick. I'm all for that. And yes, she'd probably be at a bit of the top. Yes, I'm calling myself a bottom, though I'd say switch. Everyone's like, Lunar's going to take a sip of this 7-Up while everyone out there is either mouth agape with shock or vomiting. Or they're into it. And maybe you guys are like Skeletor. You're like, joke's on you, I'm into that shit. It's like, just, who feels the same as me? And who is like, what the fuck have I stumbled into? Or if you're someone who somehow already subscribed to me, you're like, why did the person I subscribe to every day somehow find something more cringy to talk about? And the answer is, I just open my mouth and talk without a filter. Heck, I'm still not entirely sure if I have autism or not. What about you, dear viewers? How about, even if this is the first video of mine you've listened to, am I autistic? Am I? I don't know. Yeah, don't know. I think I am. I would explain some stuff. But, I really don't know. But yeah, I would say it went until about 3 years after I was divorced, officially. As I burp a little bit. I went to 3 years after I was divorced, I even started thinking that, hey, I might be bisexual. And now I'm like, yeah, I like dick. I like balls. I like cute anime guys. As well as cute anime girls. But, yeah, I've had bad experiences. I still have a 3-inch scar on my right arm to remember last Christmas being married by. Divorce was not the greatest thing, and I'm estranged from my son, so that's depressing, and I hope that gets better. But hey, I'm just happy he's safe and happy, and the guardians he lives with take good care of him. He's very happy, safe, healthy, and I just want what's best for him. I just feel kind of sad. I miss him. But aside from my own petty emotions, what matters most is his well-being, and I'm glad for that. But at the same time, I'm still kind of depressed that I didn't get to raise him myself, or that, my family fell apart. I mean, heck, if I had to list reasons to be gay, it's like, reason one, I don't have to ever lose my family again. I won't have to lose my family again. I'll never have to lose a family again, or have my children taken away from me. I'll never have to go through another divorce or do shit about having to any of that shit. I won't ever have to worry about being stuck in a government contract with an adulteress who is emotionally, verbally, and physically abusive. I won't have to be scared for my own safety. I won't have to be scared for the safety of my child. So to a large degree, it's just me saying, no matter how much I could ever love anyone, I'm never getting married ever again. And while I tend to be a bit of a lonely person, I was never more lonely than when I was married. And it was awful and miserable. And while the day my son was born was the happiest day of my life, I never want to go through having a family taken away from me again, or being stuck in a marriage with someone who hates you and is abusive. So, at the end of the day, I will not go through that again. I cannot go through that again. I can't do that again. That's just too heartbreaking, too painful. And in general, yeah, I mean, obviously other reasons being, I do what about say I do want to date again one day, but at the same time, part of me still like, what's even the point? I'd rather just go to bed and, I mean, on the one hand I say I'm lonely, on the other hand I'm like, I don't really want to talk to anyone. It's like part of me is a person who's lonely and wants to be romantically involved with people again, and at the same time, part of me is, I just would rather just stay withdrawn in my shell. I tend to be a very introverted, withdrawn individual. Heck, I like to walk on bike trails and stuff like that. There's no way around. It's just, it's something I'd be a bit nervous about. And like I said, I'm a bit of an introverted person, possibly autistic. I've been isolated for such a long time. I don't even remember what a hug feels like. And, well, I've had plenty of other reasons to be emotionally upset about things. Heck, especially back in school, granted that was like 20 fucking years ago, I got bullied quite a bit. So that did not exactly do me any favors in terms of my social ability or, well, paranoia in terms of just, heck, in terms of school and other stuff when I was younger, I got hit quite a bit. So I do try to hide it, but I do flinch if you were to raise your hand around me. Heck, I would say probably one of the most important things if I were in a relationship would be somebody that I feel safe with and who would never ever hurt me under any circumstance, who is kind to me, respects me, is cute, and, well, I suppose most importantly would be someone who actually cares about, that I'm safe and that I feel safe. Actually cares about my thoughts and feelings, treats me like a person, someone who thinks I'm special and important, someone who wouldn't consider me disposable, someone who would never, hurt me under any circumstance, someone who would actually care about me, someone that would be very affectionate and also feel like my best friend, someone I could trust, someone I could feel safe around, someone who would actually care about me, someone I'd actually feel safe with, someone who'd want me to be safe, as well as someone who'd actually care about both my safety and me feeling safe, would actually care about my mental well-being. Heck, in general, most of my life, I've tended to keep my feelings bottled up and don't really talk about anything. And of course, IRL, I usually try to avoid talking about anything personal. And well, this place is largely a place for me to talk about a filter. Heck, one thing I came across in the game Escape Velocity Sirens Call is that apparently in the autism community there's a term called masking, which refers to people hiding mental health issues so they can be more normal and fit more in and be more sociable and have more friends. Or just, being more normal. So to some degree I feel like that's something I've been doing, which again, it wasn't until like about 3 years after my divorce I even started thinking I might be bisexual. And it wasn't until a couple years after that that someone for the very first time suggested, you might have autism. I was like, and my first response to that is, that's not possible. I couldn't be autistic. Not at my age. One, not only would that have come up, when I was younger, but, I'm not like the examples you see in like TV where they show people an autistic in some way. And I'm like, I'm not like that. I'm not like those, but I assume those are more like caricatures done for entertainment than realistic portrayals of what it actually means to be autistic. Then there's also the fact that, I'm 38 now. Heck, I don't think it was until I was like 35 anyone suggested that stuff. And I'm like, or 36 even. I think it was 36, but I don't know. Main point being is, even if I were autistic, wouldn't I have just outgrown that? Like, wouldn't I be too old to be that anymore? Like, wouldn't I have just outgrown it? Or would I have just been so good at, air quotes, masking it or talking with a filter that, it's not noticeable anymore? And everyone's like, it's noticeable as fuck. We're listening to you. It's noticeable as fuck. I'm like, I... Yeah, I don't know if I am or not. But, yeah, I guess the main concern about that is, how would my parents react? And even then, what would even be the point of, air quotes coming out if, I don't know if I'd even be dating anyone. Like, what's the point of even doing that if I'm just going to stay alone forever anyway? Like, I also understand I'm not exactly attractive, or I'm kind of fat. I'm 5'11", and I am 204 pounds. So, not exactly the most fit fiddle in the cabaret, or however the saying goes. So, but to a large degree, I just feel anxious about interacting with anyone. I mean, heck, I'm pretty sure if I had anyone, even if they're the most beautiful person in the world, I'm not sure how I'd really interact when it comes to being intimate again, just because that's something that's, like I said, I don't even remember what a hug feels like, let alone a kiss or anything. And even then, if I were to do anything with anybody, I would want it to be somebody I feel safe with. Like I said, when it comes to relationship, I want to feel safe. I would want someone who actually cares about me, would actually want me to be safe, and would actually care about me feeling safe. That my thoughts and my feelings actually matter to that person, and that person actually, cares about me as a close friend. Never really understood the whole hookup sort of culture. Like, I feel like relationships are meant to be, sex is supposed to be a reflection of, like, emotional intimacy. That physical intimacy is supposed to be a reflection of emotional intimacy. Like, heck, in general, I mean, people say, oh, you shouldn't shame women for high body counts. But here's the thing. I wouldn't want to date anyone of any gender with a super high body count. Like, obviously, it makes concerns about, does that person have an STD? And also, how important is this stuff to them then? Because to me, it is something that, like, obviously I'm a bit of a horny degenerate, but also, stuff is kind of sacred to me about that. Like, it's special. It's not something just to be thrown around. It's not like I'm going to go to a bar and just randomly fuck some random person. It's like, Now, granted, I've asked out a lot of women in the past. But, yeah. It just... I'm still weary about, dating anybody. But it's just, I definitely would never get married again. Because at that point you have a government contract, you're stuck with somebody, and it's just, there's nothing more lonely than being stuck with someone who hates you, especially someone who is just not emotionally well. And I mean, granted, I'm not the mental healthy. Like, I have some mental health issues, but my mental health is low self-esteem. I don't know if autism counts. Depression. I tend to be but in general, I tend to just be a very mellow, withdrawn individual, and I tend to just read some manga and play some video games. So aside from a little eccentricity and depression and low self-esteem and maybe some paranoia from just, bad experiences. But in general, it's just... I don't want to ever lose a family again. To deal with, worrying about what would happen to your child, worrying about being stuck in a government contract with someone who hates you, who is abusive to you, who is cheating on you. And even then, when you're going through the process of divorce, it takes time for it to become official. And that is... it's not a pleasant experience. Enough that I'm traumatized enough by it that I'm weary about dating anyone with a vagina. To the point that it's just, it's not an issue of hating women. It's an issue of, why would I romantically pursue someone I don't feel safe with? Even if it's not something that can necessarily be blamed on that person, because everyone's unique and there's billions and billions of women out there. Obviously, they're not all the same. But the main point is this: a relationship should be about each person's emotional response to the other person. And in general, I'm not even sure if I'd be emotionally ready to date anyone. But I will say this, in general, definitely lots of gay thoughts. So, but then again, probably been repressed on that. Obviously, Dad being a deacon and all, that's... Granted, I don't think he was too overbearing on any of that stuff. Heck, in general, he was a very withdrawn, quiet person. Technically stepdad, but I consider him my dad. He's been there since I was young. But, yeah, I mean, he drank till I was like 11 and a half, 12. Then gave that up completely, became 100% sober, and became a deacon. So, I spent a lot of Sundays in church. It's an all-black church, by the way. I'm a white guy. I don't know if that makes any difference in terms of, people have an expectation when it comes to church. And the main thing I'm trying to say is that if there are any people that are black that are out there that attended all black churches themselves, what was your experience? Because it's not an issue of me trying to sound racist or anything. I mean, I don't have any issue with people over that. It's more so every fucking Sunday was like a 3-hour sermon about the end of the world. Is that normal? That's my question. It's not about... Or is that just every church, period? It's just the few times I went to churches that are like other denominations. Granted, they're sometimes a bit overbearing and hypocritical themselves, but it wasn't all about the fucking apocalypse all the time. Also, there was a lot of speaking in tongues in that church. Heck, even I spoke in tongues in that church. Church where I was baptized and everything. And, obviously they called for offering a dozen times every service. It was 3 hours long. So I guess that's the main question. Honestly, I can extend this question to people of any race, any church. Heck, you don't even have to be Christian. We're not even just limiting it to being Protestant, Catholic, Orthodox. I mean, you could be Jewish. Tell me about your experience in Jewish synagogue and your rabbis. Do they talk about the fucking end of the world? Or lots of very negative things? I don't know. What's their stance on gayness? Here's the thing. In general, I don't think there should be a push on any sort of sex or sexuality in the middle of church or school. That stuff should be church is a house of worship. It should be about God. And obviously everyone there should be dressed appropriately for church. But at the end of the day, it's the same way of saying, there's nothing wrong with a wife sucking her husband's dick, but you wouldn't do that in a church pew. So it's not an issue of it being a sin so much as it's just inappropriate for church. There are certain things you wouldn't do or say in church, not because they're bad, because it's just inappropriate to do in the house of the Lord. I really like the band Metallica and System Down and Korn, but I wouldn't play that music or wear shirts from those bands in the church. It just wouldn't be appropriate, but I still really like it, and it's not a sin to listen to that music. But it's not that I'm not listening to it in the church because it's a sin, it's just because I feel it's disrespectful to God. And granted, I would say, yes, any kind of disrespect to God would be a bit of a sin, but it's more so, it's just, I just don't feel it's appropriate to listen to Slipknot or wear Slipknot clothes in a church, but I still like it. It's people say, hey, fishnet clothing's cool. Yeah, that's nice. It is nice, but you wouldn't wear it to church. Everyone's what are we talking about now? We've been 42 minutes. You still haven't done the Tokyo Ghoul thing. And I'm yeah. Like I said, at some point I'll do an actual cover of it, and I'll try to do it paced with the music. I don't know if the music will be playing in the background or not, but the main point being is, I'll be keeping pace with the music, but it'll take a while. Like I said, I'll have 8 links in the description. The first 2 will be the credits for this stuff to the original people. Then 2 icebreaker things. There are songs I want to do that are in German. And like I said, part of me just wanted to rush through this real quick so I could just start working on that. But we'll get to it eventually. So I just need to be patient. And then we have the Bible Black OST, the link to the visual novel that I did a part of, in the OST of Mega Man Legends and the OST of Brave Fencer Musashi. I could go on forever about tons of really great video games and anime, but I feel like I need to not make this an hour-long video, which it probably will be. Anyone watching this via YouTube, you can just look down below. Hopefully it's not multiple hours. Honestly, I don't have that time for that stuff. Multiple hours today. Heck, I'll probably start a visual novel called Ever 17 tomorrow. It's supposed to come out. I just had to double check OBS Chan. I probably don't even remember how to pronounce these words anymore. I looked over a little bit of stuff in the first minute and tried to pronounce a few of the things, and I think I already forgot how to pronounce everything, so that's not a good sign. But yeah, I'm bisexual. Honestly, I'd rather suck a dick than eat a vagina. And while I'd say I'm a switch, I'd probably would say I lean bottom. I like cock and balls. So whether it's Alex Jones with the chemicals in the water turn the frogs gay, or just psychological trauma, or repressed emotions where I was always somewhat gay and I just didn't allow myself to take notice of that given very religious upbringing, or maybe it was just Astolfo and Sylvia coming across the anime screen and lots of hentai awakening something. Or maybe even just, maybe it's just natural to think Astolfo's cute. Who knows? But, yeah, it's just something I'm a bit, in general, weary about dating, period. But to a large degree, I just had bad experience with women, so I'd rather just not even bother with that. I'm like, hey, you're bisexual, you had an issue with one side, well, you have the other option still, so. But it's also an issue of just, also to a degree, being kind of depressed and not really feeling huge emotional drive to really interact with people or even see like what's even the point anymore. But, and also just low self-esteem there too, but yeah, just worried about how and when I would, because I've definitely been giving that a lot of thought, and it's just, I really don't know how people would react. Like, mainly concerned about my parents, and like I said, it's not like I'm doing it to like rebel against them or rebel against God. I just want a happy, healthy, loving relationship with someone I think is attractive, who would be nice to me and care about me. I just want someone who cares about me and treats me right and treats me like a person, someone who actually loves me. You know, I want someone I actually feel safe with. I want to be happy. I want to be loved and cared about. I want a healthy, happy, loving relationship. I'm not doing it to like try to be, oh, I'm going to sin against God and rebel against, like, no, I just think Astolfo's cute. I think Sylvia from Konosuba's cute. You know, I like cock. I like attractive Bishonen characters. And it's just a bit of a concern about how people would react. And of course, I have a lot of very paranoid thoughts, which maybe it's overblown, maybe it's realistic, I don't know. I'm not sure how my parents would react. And like I said, part of me is even worried it could be a very extreme negative reaction. And, well, I suppose when it comes to my dad, it's mainly a concern that it'd be a very, very negative reaction. And, of course, that he would be a strong influence on my mom. But when it comes to my mom, my main concern is I love my mom. Heck, my mom was a good mom. She sat and played some video games with me when I was younger. You know, Mario 1, Mario 3, even some Crash Bandicoot 2 and the original Spyro the Dragon on the BS1. And some other games, and played with me like cars and stuff like that, but it's just like, heck, my mom would cook food from, homemade, and I'd sit in the kitchen and talk to her while she's cooking. I appreciate that she cooked the food was good, and it was nice just to talk to her. You know, I would say out of all the humans on the planet, I would say I love and trust my mom more than anyone else on the planet. And that's probably the person who loves and trusts me more than anyone else on the planet. So, my mom means a lot to me. I love her very, very much. I do have my not seeing eye to eye with her on certain things, but that's really a moot point when it comes to stuff. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, I love my mom very, very much, and I don't want her to stop loving me. I don't want her to be angry at me or hate me or be disappointed in me or be disgusted by me. Heck, when I was 12, there was a car accident and she actually saved my life. She wound up getting a scar on her forehead and upper skull where it's not a super noticeable scar anymore, but I could see her skull, the white bone of her skull. Which, I'm glad it healed for the most part, almost fully well, and I'm of course glad she didn't die, but I did feel a bit sad and scared at that time, but again, I was 12 years old. But at the same time, even though it's been so many years since, and heck, 8 years ago, she had like 3 strokes and an aneurysm. And it was a miracle she had survived that. And 4 months after that, she made a full recovery. It's just... I don't want her to ever die. I'd miss her so much. I'd feel emotionally devastated. I'd feel really, really sad. And at the same time, I don't want her to hate me. I would say if I have the choice of the two, I'd rather her live to be 100 and hate me than have her die. I love her very, very much. Part of me worries that if I were openly gay or bi, she might regret, saving my life, or regret that I'm alive still. I mean, heck, a year and a half ago I had a bladder surgery that I had to do, or else, I was going to die. So, I had a stricture in my bladder, so it would eventually cause my bladder to seal itself off and then explode, and usually exploding internal organs, it's not healthy for you. It was a very miserable experience. I had 3 days. I had 3 days in which my mom was here. My mom spent the night over here for 3 days and 3 nights to take care of me, to be here for me. Heck, we watched some Jackie Chan movies and some Conan the Barbarian. I really enjoyed spending the time with my mom. That being said, it was terrible circumstances. It would have been nice if it was under better circumstances. But I enjoyed spending the time with her. I just would want it to be under better circumstances. And it's just... I appreciate that she spent 3 days and 3 nights with me. I needed somebody here. And... I do know that she loves me and cares about me, and she's done a lot for me. And I just don't want her to hate me. I just don't want my mom to hate me. I don't want her to not respect me anymore. I don't want her to be disgusted by me or hate me, or not want to see her talk to me anymore. Or for her to be angry at me and start yelling that I'm gonna go to hell or something. Like I said, I'll make sure to remember those links. Let's try to do this. I probably already completely forgotten how to pronounce anything. I shouldn't feel nervous when I've already set myself up for complete fucking failure here. Oshiyat. Oh wow, I can't remember the pacing. I can't remember the pacing of the song. I can't remember the way the song sounds. Oshiyate, Oshiyate yo, so no shikumi wo. Boku no naka ni, dare ga iru no, kaware. Let's try the Oshiyate, Oshiya. Okay. Oshiyate, Oshiyate yo, so no shikumi wo. Boku no naka ni, dare ga iru no, kaware tako, ware tayo, kono sekai de, kimi go wararu, nani mo meze ni, kaware ta, boku nan te sa, iki wo tomate, Hodokanai mo, Hodokanai yo, Shiinzitsu saye, freeze, Kawasaru, Kawasanai, Kururu, Kurunai, Anata wo, Mitsukate, Yurete, Uganda, Sekai ni, Dandan boku wo, Skitoto, Monaku, Nate, Mitsukanade Boku no Koto wo. Everyone's like, there's no rhythm in this. I know. Mitsumenaide Doraka ga Egita Sekai no Naka de Anata wo Kizutsukitaku Wario Oboyate Boku no Kato wo Azayaka Namama Mugen ni Hirogaru. Yeah, I mean, obviously I couldn't remember the pace. Let me try to walk over here. One moment. Ah! Ow! Ow! Let me drag some stuff up. Ow! Oh my god, it's so sore. Oh, ow. Oh. I'm going to type in mine hairs because it's at least been 2 months since I've tried this. Pulling out my phone. As I burp. Trying to find the lyrics. Nun liebe Kinder, gebt feine Hack. Ich bin die Stimme aus dem Kissen. Ich hab euch etwas mitgebracht, hab es aus meiner Brust gerissen. Mit diesem Herz hab ich die Macht, die Augenlider zu erpressen. Ich singe bis der Tag erwacht, ein heller Schein am Firmament, mein Herz brennt. Sie kommen zu euch in der Nacht, Dämonen, Geister, Josephine. Sie... Why did it load that? But I don't want an ad. Where? That was dumb. Sie kreischen aus dem Kellerschacht und werden unter euer Bettzeug sehen. Nun, liebe Kinder, gebt feine Hack. Ich bin die Stimme aus dem Kissen. Ich hab euch etwas mitgebracht, ein heller Schein im Firmament, mein Herz brennt, mein Herz brennt. Sie kommen zu euch in der Nacht. Let me try that again. Sie kommen zu... I'll put a 9th thing, and I did a Bestrophe Mish with a picture of Rarity Pony from My Little Pony. That'll be the 9th link. Okay, the 9 link. We'll leave it at 9 links. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, 10th link. 10th link will be Keine Liebe from Eisbrecher, which I think I did a good job at that one. So that'll be link 10. I need to write that down. So Suave and Kine. Okay. Everyone's wait, we'll leave it at 10 links. But I can try different timbres or whatever. Z Coleman. Oh, I did a thing where I tried to impersonate Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses, as well as I made a parody song of Sweet Dreams about cat neckos. So we'll write Guns N' Roses and Nickos. And everyone's like, that's 12 links now. Okay, sorry. Okay, so Sie kommen zu euch in der Nacht. Sie kommen zu euch in der Nacht. Sie kommen zu euch. Sie kommen zu euch in der Nacht und stehlen eure kleinen heißen Tränen. Sie warten, bis der Mann erwacht und drucken sie in meinen kalten Venen. Okay, so. Nun, liebe Kinder, gebt fein Acht. Or, nun, liebe Kinder, gebt fein Acht. Nun, liebe Kinder, gebt fein Acht. Ich bin die Stimme aus dem Kessel. Okay, let's just try normal. Nun, liebe Kinder, gebt fein Acht. Ich bin die Stimme aus dem Kessel. Es sind bis der Tag erwacht. Ein heller Schein im Firmament. Mein Herz brennt. Mein Herz brennt. Mein Herz brennt. Mein Herz brennt. Mit diesem Herz hab... I feel like there's a word wrong there. Mit diesem Herz hab ich die Macht, die Augenlider zu pressen. Ich singe, bis der Tag erwacht. Ein heller Schein im Firmament. Is that like just mine? Okay, I don't want an ad. How would I hop on? Everyone's like, stop delaying the inevitable. The inevitable, that is the cringe. Okay, I'm gonna put my headset on, and I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna load it up, an actual song. And everyone's like, why do you sound far away? I had to walk away to get the stuff. It's like, well, you should plan this better. Like, what plan? The plan is I just be myself and be cringy as fuck. It's a terrible plan. It is the worst. It's a bad plan. Worst plan. It's the worst plan. As my phone doesn't load. Load. Why are you not loading? Phone. Okay, I'm gonna push. Phone. Did I? Okay, I thought I put. Okay. I'm just gonna go to YouTube. Load. Okay, search. Oh, Bubblegum Crisis is a good anime. Okay, mine here's Brent. Everyone's like, what are we listening to? I'm like, I told you, this is the cringiest place on the internet. But that is... Let me adjust my headset so I don't, like, blow out my fucking eardrum. Come on. To literally type in the word lyrics. Okay, here we go. Everyone's like, this is the longest wait for terrible music, anything quality. Yeah. Welcome to the channel. It's terrible. But thank you for being here. Nun, liebe Kinder, gebt Weihnacht. Ich bin die Stimme aus dem Kissen. Ich hab euch etwas mitgebracht. Hab es meine Brust gerissen. Mit diesem Herz hab ich die Macht, die Augenlider zu pressen. Ist in bis der Tag erwacht, ein heller Schein im Firmament, mein Herz brennt. Turn up the music a little bit so I can hear. Try to move this a second. Okay, maybe that'll work a little better. How's everyone's day going, by the way? Sie kommen zu euch Ende nach. Dämonen, Geister, Schwarzen, Schwarzen, Sie kreischen aus dem Keller Schlacht und werden unter euer Bettzeug sehen. Nun, liebe Kinder, gebt Weihnacht. Ich bin die Stimme aus dem Kissen. Ich hab euch etwas mitgebracht. Ein heller Schein im Firmament. Mein Herz brennt. Mein Herz brennt. You guys like that new Snow White movie coming out? I think I like the Sohn song by Rammstein's a little better. And we missed the song cue because we were just like talking. Just saying, Rammstein's better than upcoming Disney movie. Sie kommen zu euch Ende nach und stehlen eure kleinen heißen Tränen. Sie warten, bis der Mann erwacht und drücken sie in mein kalten Venen. Nun, liebe Kinder, gebt Weihnacht. Ich bin die Stimme aus dem Kissen. Ich singe bis der Tag erwacht. Ein heller Schein im Firmament, mein Herz brennt. Mein Herz brennt. Mein Herz brennt. Mein Herz brennt. Thought we were going to do more singing, I guess not. Thought there was just going to be more Mind's Hairs, but let's just start it from the beginning. Nun, liebe Kinder, gebt Weihnacht. Ich bin die Stimme. Ich bin die Stimme. Ich bin die Stimme. Nun, liebe Kinder, gebt Weihnacht. Ich bin die Stimme aus dem Kissen. Ich hab euch etwas mitgebracht. Hab es aus meiner Brust gerissen. Mit diesem Herz hab ich die Macht, sie Augenlider zu erpressen. Ich singe, bis der Tag erwacht. Ein heller Schein im Firmament, mein Herz brennt. My hand hurts doing this. It's like you're holding a microphone and a phone. Oh, just put a gramophone in the background. It just, I don't know. Sie kommen zu euch in der Nacht. Dämonen, Geister, Schwarze. Sie kriechen aus dem Kellerschacht und werden unter euer Bettzeug sehen. Nun, liebe Kinder, gebt Weihnacht. Ich bin die Stimme aus dem Kissen. Ich hab euch etwas mitgebracht. Ein heller Schein im Firmament. Mein Herz brennt. Mein Herz brennt. Mein Herz brennt. I missed a word. No, mein Herz brennt. I mean, not at all. Sie kommen zu euch in der Nacht und stehen. I spaced out for a second, my bad. I'm tired. Sie kommen zu euch in der Nacht. Und stehlen eure kleinen heißen Tränen. Sie warten, bis der Mann erwacht. Und drücken sie in meinen kalten Venen. Nun, liebe Kinder, gebt Weihnacht. Ich bin die Stimme aus dem Kissen. Ich singe, bis der Tag erwacht. Ein heller Schein im Firmament. Mein Herz brennt. Can't remember if there's words after that part again. No? Yes? Instrumentals? Okay. Okay, I don't know why we did it a little quieter there. I was like, do we have time to drink the 7-Up? Ow! Back hurting. That was a big gulp. Yes, I had to burp. It was unavoidable. Nun, liebe Kinder, gebt Weihnacht. Ich bin die Stimme aus dem Kissen. Ich hab euch etwas mitgebracht. Hab es aus meiner Brust gerissen. Mit diesem Herz hab ich die Macht, die Augenlider zu erpressen. Ich singe, bis der Tag erwacht. Ein heller Schein im Firmament. Mein Herz brennt. Everyone's like, that sounds lovely. I know, right? Like, we became the Grinch who stole Christmas. Sie kommen zu euch in der Nacht. Dämonen, Geister, Josephine. Sie kreischen aus dem Keller Schlacht und werden unter euer Bettzeug sehen. Nun, liebe Kinder, gebt fein Acht. Ich bin die Stimme aus dem Kissen. Ich hab euch etwas mitgebracht. Ein heller Schein im Firmament. Mein Herz brennt. Mein Herz brennt. Sie kommen zu euch in der Nacht und stehlen eure kleinen Hasentränen. Sie warten, bis der Mond wacht und drücken sie in meinen kalten Venen. Nun, liebe Kinder, gebt fein Acht. Ich bin die Stimme aus dem Kissen. Ich singe, bis der Tag erwacht. Ein heller Schein im Firmament. Mein Herz brennt. Okay, I suppose I should try the, Oh my god, let's... Fine. We will look up the Tokyo Ghoul song. Like I said, whenever I do an actual cover, he says. Oh my god, this is going to be so fucking terrible. It's terrible. Just terrible. Just terrible. Just terrible. Am I doing a thing from South Park? Terrible. Or is that a Family Guy thing? Great. The song starts immediately. There's not like a couple notes to... Oshioteo, shioteo, so no shikumi wo. Boku no naka ni, dare garira no. Kuware taku, ware tayo, kono sekai de. Kamika wa wawaru, nani mo meze ni. Oh my god, it's so fucking bad. It's a great song. Okay, let's see if we can do it, man. Arthur. I think it's Ernest from the Jim Varney. Kuareta boku natisa wotom hotokanai mo Hotokanayo, Shiinzu Saye, Freeze, Kuwasaru, Kuwasanai, Kururu, Kururunai, Anatowo, Misukite, Urete, Uganda Sekai, Danda Bokuo, Sukete, Manaka, Not Inside, Boku, Naide, Boku no Koto, Mitsuma Naide, Doraka Gaigada Sekaya Nakade, Natawoku Sike Waite, Boku no Woto. Shit. You guys get the point. Like I said, I'll have 12 links in the description. So yeah, I hope everyone had a good day. Part of me would like to say that this video is a out of the ordinary occurrence in terms of how fucking scatterbrained it is, but no, it's not. Honestly, if you are surprised in any way by how fucking scatterbrained this is or how cringy it is, then welcome. This must be the very first video of mine that you've ever seen. In general, I've been trying to make shorter videos. And of course, when it comes to certain songs like the covers, I should definitely try to do shorter videos. and be more to the point. You guys get the point. I'll have 12 links in the description to the stuff I wanted to talk about, or at least I felt was relevant. And of course, like I said, listen to the original song that the picture was from. I felt very strongly for both the picture and the song, so I just wanted to express my gratitude to the people who can express things very creatively. That, heck, I mean, the same's true of like video games. Take Final Fantasy IX. You guys remember how much music's in Final Fantasy IX? Or how much art, or the characters, or the story in general? I think Final Fantasy IX granted, Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy V are also really, really, really good. But if I would recommend one, Final Fantasy IX. It's a really good game. Music, the aesthetics. I enjoyed the gameplay, even though a lot of people aren't really the best being interested in turn-based RPGs anymore. I have to say my attention span's kind of gone by the wayside too. Heck, I remember playing through Final Fantasy VII, 8, and 9 a dozen times each. Heck, I at least put 300 hours into Dragon Quest VIII. And heck, I would say Shining Force EXA is probably one of the best games ever made for the PS2. Though I would say Zone of Enders, the second runner, great game. Neat little thing. There's a scene where you have to save your ally who has big titties, and you're over some lava. If you fly down to the lava repeatedly, eventually she will take her shirt off. But yeah, Brave Fencer Musashi, Mega Man Legends. I know I shouldn't go on a diatribe about various video games and stuff, but there's so many great games that I really enjoy. And I'm grateful I live in an era with anime and air conditioning. And there's so many great video games to where it's like music, the art, the story, the gameplay itself, but a lot of them is just like, it's an immersive experience. Like, heck, Silent Hill 2 definitely counts. And it definitely makes you very invested in just the world that you would immerse. I mean, I made a playlist called Lucidity, where it was just me walking around various VR chat worlds that were abandoned. Obviously not using the game for the intended purpose of socializing. As opposed to, I mean, it's like me on the bike trails. I don't accomplish anything by going on bike trails, but I just like doing it. It's just something I like doing. Granted, it wouldn't be bad to bring someone with me that I feel safe with, whether it be platonic or romantic. But I just like going for walks on the bike trail. I just enjoy it. Same way making these videos. Yes, I know they're terrible quality, and I'm never going to make a single cent. Even if YouTube wanted to monetize me, even if I had 1 million subscribers, I'm not going to monetize this channel ever. I'm not going to have a single super chat or merchandise or any sort of Patreon or donations or anything. Not that I'm rich or anything. I definitely could use money, but I don't want this to be about that. I just want this to be a place where I can talk, hence, without a filter. Or, I guess in the autism speak, masking. I can just be as cringe or autistic as I feel is normal without being concerned about trying to make a good impression or be popular or fit in or be something people like. I don't need to try to impress anyone or be something you guys would like. I just want to be myself and just talk about whatever it is I want to talk about. Even if it's stuff that no one wants to hear. Even if I'm someone that no one would care about. Even if my thoughts and opinions are considered stupid and wrong in everyone else's eyes. I don't care. I'm not trying to, be some huge popular brand making shit tons of money and getting all these clicks for like, ooh, I'm gonna make this much money from this and buy like a fucking Bugatti or some fucking shit. I don't know. Honestly, if I was rich, I'd probably just get anime cosplays. So it's one of the two reasons I don't cosplay. One, poor. I can't afford anime cosplay outfits. But, reason number one, I'm ugly as fuck. So, and I'm kind of fat, so. It's like Lunar hurt his own feelings. I don't know. Main point is just, I've never made a cent for this channel. I'll never make a cent from any of this. And I never want to. I'm never going to monetize this channel in any way. I'm just here to just be me. As stupid and dumb and unlikable as I am. I'm just here to be me. And just do whatever I feel like doing. So, if anyone's been listening to this, thanks for stopping by. The very, very annoying, tsundere of YouTube. Like I said, there will be some links in the description. The one that says Kaine Libe is another song by Icebreaker. I think I did a good job. I did a couple videos titled Kaine Libe. There was another song by Icebreaker. I did part of that. But I don't know if I even should try to do all of Tokyo Ghoul Unravel. And part of me is like, I know certain letters are pronounced differently on German, and if I work too much on trying to do the other songs, I don't know if I'd even be able to get back to understanding this one. But, an hour and a half. So much for it being a short video. But I should probably end this. Thanks for stopping by. And I hope everyone out there has all the hugs and head pats you could ever want. Bye.